Welcome into Celtics post-game live, presented by New England Ford Dealers and Ford Trucks. Scal, Eddie House, Amina Smith here with you. The Celtics lose to the Miami Heat in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, 103-84. And guys, it was like the air was taken from inside of TD Garden, the final minutes of that fourth quarter. Let's start big picture. Eddie, what was the biggest takeaway for you watching how this game unfolded?
Well, I just seen a team that came out and played harder, that played with more purpose, played with more effort, got to every loose ball when they needed to get to. They made the right play when they needed to. And we continued to try to run through a brick wall head first. You know, they were forcing us to shoot threes, and they were giving them to us. We weren't knocking them down. Believe me, if some shots would have been going in early, they would have got out of that zone. But since they were able to realize that, oh, this is all they're going to do, we don't really have to work that much on the back end. We don't have to work that much on the top of the defense. You know what? Why not stay in it until they make us do something different? And we were never able to. And, I mean, half of our shots were threes, and you made 9 of them.
Yeah.
So at some point, you got to make some adjustment. But give credit, all the credit to the Miami Heat. They came out with a focus, with a purpose, with a game plan. They stuck to it. They did all the things they needed to do to win this basketball game. Caleb Martin deserves to be the MVP of this Eastern Conference Finals. And that's all I can say. At what point, this is what I will say, okay? Is this word right there? At what point are you going to get tired of somebody celebrating on your home court? I'm just saying, at what point are you going to get tired of somebody hoisting a trophy, everybody hoorahing in the locker room, Gatorade, water bottles shaking there? And when are you going to get tired of that? When are you going to get tired of that and be like, we're going to be on the winning side of that? And these fans deserve it. They wanted to see it, but from the jump, we were never able to get the fans involved. I just felt like they were a step behind on every single thing, offensively and defensively.
To me, the only thing that really stood out, and by the way, good job, Eddie, I thought you nailed it, is they won 3 games in a row playing a certain style. They just went away from it. I don't know if they ran out of energy. I'll give you 3 things that really stood out. 1, settling for all the threes without driving the ball into the teeth of the defense. 2, what happened to our pickup points where we were picking up the ball full court, trying to speed up Miami? Miami dictated pace today. And the third thing is, when you miss threes, where's our energy? I've seen us miss threes before, and we kept our energy. Today, again, we've seen it in the past when we got down 3-0. We missed threes, and it's like, oh, well, we'll just live to fight another day, except there are no more days to fight.
There are no more days to fight for the Celtics after losing Game 7. And really, they lost this game in the first half. You talked about missing all those threes. They were 0 for 10 in the first quarter. Also, plenty of turnovers in the first half as well. Eddie, where did the Celtics lose this game just out of the gate?
Amina, you thought it was the first half. No. If you look at the numbers of our total numbers and their total numbers, they're mirror images, right? So we lost the first half, we lost the second half. And how did we do that? We did it every which way you could imagine. Just settling for 3, playing 5. All of a sudden, I don't know what. And that's why I always said that, man. I said it all depends on what Celtics team shows up.
Right.
We've been riding this roller coaster, right? We've been with the lowest of the lows, and we've been here for the highest of the highs and in all the in-between. But when they are a team that's engaged, we understand it and we can see it from the beginning. When they're a team that's not engaged defensively, this is what we see. Because no matter what, I don't care if you're making or missing shots, there's no way in an Eastern Conference final game to go to the finals, Game 7 at home, you let a team shoot 50% from 3 and damn near 49% from the field. That means that is a lack of everything on the defensive end. And then you're allowing your offense that ain't worth it. Don't they say that word all the? Can I say it right now?
I don't know. I don't think you can.
That ain't worth a ish, okay? Your offense ain't been doing nothing, ain't been cracking off, and at the same time, you're still doing the same thing. But then you let your defense get affected by your missed shots and not flip it around. And I think the Miami Heat did a great job of showing everybody in the world that defense wins. When you play defense, you play with effort, you play with focus, you play with purpose, you play together. that you get opportunities to get out in transition, to get easy shots. And Scal, if you get a wide open shot, how you feel about your next one?
Gonna make it.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Scout, how do they come out and not be engaged and kind of show the body language that they did in this matchup? Because I feel like the energy just wasn't there even to start this matchup.
Yeah, could they have been that thrown off by the zone? They've seen the zone. This is 7 games. Like we've seen the zone. We've attacked the zone. We've done things against the zone that have helped us out. Like, to me, it just felt like Miami today, everything they did, it kept us on our heels. So I don't like the hero ball today. I thought we were reluctant to give the ball up. I don't think we really moved it. I thought the one stretch we had, Derek White had a nice little run in that third quarter. And what did he do? Didn't settle, attacked, got to the paint, got fouled, made plays, made shots, had and ones, made a 3, got to the free throw line. So I felt like that was the one stretch that we had that I liked. Outside of that, there was not a lot of good momentum and not a lot of good offensive plays stacked up. And then you can look to the defensive end. I just didn't think we pressured Miami at all. And I felt like that's how we got back into the series, by speeding them up.
And out of the gate, Jason Tatum hurting that ankle in the first quarter, the first minutes to start this matchup. And I don't want to point to that as something that was a huge factor, because Jason Tatum was still out there able to play all 4 quarters, 14 points, 11 rebounds. Eddie, what did you see out of Tatum in this matchup against the Miami Heat?
Yeah, I seen that he wasn't effective. That's really what I seen. I seen a superstar who was supposed to be out there doing what Caleb Martin basically did. You know, that he's supposed to show up in these moments, and I don't want to beat him down in this moment of defeat, because that's not what I'm here for. It's always time to learn and get better and things like that. But really, if you look at it, he got outplayed. If you want to say Jaylen Brown was going against Jimmy Butler outplayed Jaylen Brown. If you want to flip it to Tatum, Jimmy Butler outplayed, and then you want to do Caleb Martin however you want to flip, those 2 guys played out our 2 guys. And at the end of the day, our 2 guys are, what are they?
All NBA.
Hello.
But I mean, and I'm not trying to make excuses. I know it was early in the game, and there's no way that the rest of the guys should be as affected. But Tatum was not the same. He was not the same defensively this game. I don't think he was moving well. That's not an excuse, because the rest of the guys should say, hey, man, you're hurting. We got your back. We're going to raise our level up. Tatum, just go to the corner. We'll make sure we drive and kick. I know for a fact he could have made catch-and-shoot threes. So I just
could have used him as a decoy, basically.
He was not the same defensively.
Well, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, you know how you talk about his ankle. Well, Gabe Vincent had an ankle
the same,
injury, right?
yeah, yep.
He got 10 points out there. Tatum plus 4. I mean, and Tatum All-NBA, Gabe Vincent was that another undrafted, another guy that's just, fringe player possibly, but now in the rotation is playing well. So if you out there, ain't no excuse.
Yeah, you should stay with us, because Eddie got his seat taken away, and he's on one.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's fired up. His gas is
on one.
up.
So you're going to want to stay. He's going to say some
my
crazy
headset
stuff.
is acting up. All kind of stuff is
He's
going
not having a good night. A look at that final score from inside of TD Garden, 103-80 for the Miami Heat, winning Game 7.